Hello students, today we are going to discuss our new chapter, that is Controlling of Business Study Class 12th. In this video, we are going to discuss the last function of management, that is controlling, and its features, merits and demerits. So let's start. Controlling. What is controlling? Controlling can be defined as a function of management which helps to seek planned result from subordinate, managers and at all the level of organization. Okay? So already you have know that there are functions of management which can be abbreviated between POSDUC. POSDUC. Okay? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So, in planning, we set some standards of performance, and in controlling, we try to eliminate the difference between planned performance and actual performance. Okay? Like if you target that you have to achieve 95% and in half yearly exam you got 75%, so whatever difference, that is 20%, is the deviation, the difference, and in controlling we try to eliminate this difference. Okay? The controlling function helps in measuring the performance toward the organizational goal and bring any deviation and indicates the corrective action. After knowing the deviation, we tries to eliminate that deviation and take necessary corrective action. It is done all the level of management, in top management, in middle management, in lower management. Okay, top, middle and lower, you have already studied this in first chapter of business study. So, controlling tries to eliminate the deviation between planned performance and actual performance. Okay? Now, we are going to discuss the features of controlling. Okay, in this particular diagram, you can see that manager directs its subordinate towards. The controlling function verifies that all the allotted tasks are being performed on time in an effective and efficient manner. Okay? So, features of controlling are goal-oriented activity. Controlling considered to be goal-oriented because it enables the manager to ascertain that the work in organization is moving in the right direction. Like your teacher estimates or calculate your performance on the basis of your papers so that you can get the feedback about what you are doing or what are you going in the right direction. So it is goal-oriented activity. Pervasive. Controlling regarded as a pervasive function because it is required in all types and size of organization. Whether it is small organization or large organization, controlling is very important element. Okay? It is a primary function of manager. However, it is a nature and scope varies at each level. Okay? It is forward-looking function. Controlling considered to be forward-looking because it provides valuable feedback. Okay? Like you got 90% and you targeted to 95%. So, after estimating or checking your copies, teacher may tell you that why you got less 5 numbers or less 5%. So, after getting the feedback, you can improve your performance. So, it is forward looking. Okay? It is also backward looking. Why it is backward looking? Because the main problem in your performance can be estimated by post-mortem of your past activity. Okay? You have to check out why your performance is lacking by checking your previous activity or performance. Okay, and it is a continuous activity. It is not just a way you can start controlling today and left tomorrow. You have to continue controlling throughout the process of management. So it is last but not least, controlling gives you the base for making new plan. Okay, so controlling is very important, and on the basis of features you can estimate what are the importance. So let's discuss the importance of controlling. Importance of controlling helps in achieving organizational goal, but obvious when you compare actual performance with standard performance, okay, you get the deviation and you control that deviation, which helps in achieving the targeted goal. Judging accuracy of standards, you can also judge the standards accuracy. Making efficient use of resources, but obvious when you tries to control that deviation, that when you control that deviation, the wastage of resources may be reduced. Okay, and improve employees' motivation. An effective controlling system seeks to provide motivation of employee as they are made aware well in advance about the level of performance they expected and what are the standard of performance. So it is very useful motivator for employees. Okay, ensure order and discipline. Already you have studied this principle of management. Order and discipline is very important. It helps in controlling the undesirable behavior of employee, like delay in work, evasion of work, dishonesty, whatever. Okay, facilitate coordination in action. What is coordination? First of all, we try to understand what is coordination. When we ensure that the organizational goal is achieved in a very diverse way, in a very significant direction, that is called coordination. That is called synchronization of activity. Suppose a car is dumped in a ditch, okay, and you tries to pull out this car. You have to push car from backside, and also other people also tries to push car from backward. If any of the person pushing car from front side, car may not come outside. But if this person also pushing car from back side, the car may come out. So this is called coordination. Okay, controlling helps in minimizing the error. It helps minimizing the error because we always consider the standard performance and actual performance and tries to eliminate all the deviation continuous way, so it minimizes the errors. Okay, now we are going to discuss what are the demerits of controlling. Limitation of controlling or demerit of controlling. First of all, the quantitative standard setting is very difficult. You can't set a particular standard in a very quantitative way because there are some qualitative elements are also present. So it is very difficult to set the quantitative standards. There is no control on external factor. You can control internal factors, but you can't control external factor. That is uncontrollable. Okay? Sometimes controlling resist by employee. They try to resist the change, and whatever activities are eliminated, they try to know we have to do this. So resistance of employee is also very big hurdle in controlling process and costly affair. But obvious, controlling is a very costly affair. You have to first estimate the actual performance, then compare it from standard performance, and then bring out the result. So it is a very costly process, time-taking process, and it takes so much time to eliminate the deviation and making new plans, but it is very important. So now you have discussed what are the features of controlling, what are the importance of controlling and limitations of controlling. So try to solve the case study in your books which are based on these topics of controlling. You can get in the last of the chapter, in the end of the chapter, some case study are available, and try to solve it on the basis of this. Okay. In next video, we are going to discuss what are the processes of controlling and tries to understand some case study also. Okay. So, video ends here. Thank you.